Hi friends, while learning English grammar, while framing questions, normally what words do we use? We use what, when, where, how, which. This type of words we use for framing questions. Do we use them as only person words? No. These words can also be used as conjunctions. How is it possible? Let us know through a story. See, we learned that we have simple, complex, and compound sentences, right? Words can also be used as conjunctions. Let us know how it is possible through a story. Before starting, let us know the difference among simple, complex, and compound sentences. In spite of his poverty, he leads contented life. That is said to be simple sentence. If you speak truth, you won't be punished is said to be complex sentence. This is the book which I want to read. This is said to be compound sentence. Now let's go to the story. Once there lived a king and his minister who had been good friends. The king never felt that he was superior to his minister, and the minister had never taken advantage of this situation. But an incident had happened in the life of the king which had broken their friendship. What was the incident about? Let us know. First, read the first sentence. Once there lived a king and his minister who had been good friends. Actually, this sentence consists of two sentences. If you split them, how can you get those two sentences? Once there lived a king and his minister. They had been good friends. So here we are joining those two sentences together by using the word who. Here the word who is used as conjunction but not as a question word. Instead of they, we use the word who. So, who can also be considered as a relative pronoun. Once the king and his minister were fighting with their swords casually to prove their capabilities. Unfortunately, his minister's sword injured the king's finger. Pain was unbearable. His minister, instead of feeling sorry, he simply said, "Everything is for our good, Maharaj." The king was so annoyed with him and ordered his men to imprison him. As infection did not get cured, the king's injured finger had to be amputated. He angrily approached the prison and said to him, "This is the result of your act. What do you say about it?" "Cool, Maharaj, everything is for our good." Read this first sentence in this paragraph. The king was so annoyed with him and ordered his men to imprison him. Actually, if you split the sentence, the king was so annoyed with him. He ordered his men to imprison him. So, these two sentences are joined together by using the conjunction and. So, this is also compound sentence. Here, the whole sentence is in the combination of compound and simple sentence. If you take only the second part of the sentence, he ordered his men to imprison him. He ordered his men to imprison him is said to be simple sentence. In compound sentence, we may have two or more than two verbs. But in simple sentence, we have only one pure verb. And here, he ordered his men to imprison him. Here, the main verb is ordered. Here, to imprison. Imprison is also considered as verb, but here to imprison should be considered as infinitive. So, sometimes simple sentences are formed by using infinitives also. Read the second sentence now. As infection did not get cured, the king's injured finger had to be amputated. Here, as infection did not get cured. That is a part of the sentence whose sense is completed when the second part is added to it. Read the sentence again. As infection did not get cured, the king's injured finger had to be amputated. Here also, if you split the sentence, infection did not get cured. So, the king's injured finger had to be amputated. These two sentences are joined together by using the word as, but we use the word as at the beginning, right? So, this type of sentence is said to be complex sentence. In case of compound sentence, when you split this sentences into two parts, each part gives sense. But in case of complex sentence, its sense will be completed when two parts are joined together. So, in those paragraphs which we read, we have simple, complex and compound sentences. Now, let us come to this paragraph. Oh, I see. As the result of it, you were imprisoned. Is it for your good? Said the king. No doubt about it, Maharaj. It is for my good. The king ordered his men to beat him severely and left the place, saying, Now chant your mantras. Everything is for our good. Said sarcastically and left the place. Now you only find out what sort of sentences are used here. Feeling bored, one day the king wanted to go for hunting. Now you read this sentence again. Feeling bored, one day the king wanted to go for hunting. Again, this sentence is said to be simple sentence. Earlier, both of them used to go together, but now he went alone. His bodyguards followed him. Being preoccupied in his thoughts, he lost his way. Here again, being preoccupied in his thoughts, he lost his way is said to be simple sentence. There was a big crowd of tribal people coming from opposite direction in procession. Sometimes simple sentences are formed by using ing form of the verb at the beginning of the sentence. There in this paragraph you find such sentences. Those tribal people murmured among themselves and chained him. The king was very furious. Do you know who I am? I am the king. I will see all of your ends. They laughed sarcastically and said, Very good. A king is going to be offered as food to our goddesses. Here one word is missing. In the next scene, the king was brought to the place where some rituals were being performed to their goddess. The king was chained to a tree. Music was being played. The king said to himself, Today is my last day. The head of the group observed the king very keenly. Again, come to the first sentence. In the next scene, the king was brought to the place where some rituals were being performed to their goddess. In this sentence, observe here. In the next scene, the king was brought to the place where. Here the word where is used as why is it called relative pronoun? As it refers to the place. Stop playing music, he shouted at them. Those tribal people were taken aback. Have you seen the man whose finger was amputated? He is not perfect man to offer to our goddess. You idiots, leave him and get a perfect man. They gave him some lashes and left him. Observe the third line in this paragraph. Have you seen the man whose finger was amputated? The word whose is used here. What does whose refer to? Whose refer to? The king, right? So here the word whose is used as a relative pronoun. And here two parts are joined together. What are those? Have you seen the man whose finger was amputated? He is not perfect man to offer to our goddess. Again, this sentence is simple sentence. You idiots, leave him and get a perfect man. Again, that sentence is compound sentence. They gave him some lashes and left him. Meanwhile, search for the king started. His men saw him coming from opposite direction. His robes were full of blood. They couldn't even identify him. He explained them everything that had happened. He was recollecting his friend's words. First time he understood the meaning of his minister's words. Yes, everything is for our good. He further thought, if my finger had not been amputated, I would have been food to their goddess. Look at this sentence now. He further thought, if my finger had not been amputated, I would have been food to the goddess. Since this sentence is formed by the combination of clauses, that is main clause and if clause, this sentence is said to be complex sentence. Continue the story now. He repented for putting his best friend in prison. Immediately after reaching his kingdom, he ordered his men to release his minister. He embraced him and said, Yes, Mahamantri, I understood the true meaning of your words. It is 100% applicable in my situation. I am very sorry, friend, I troubled you all these days. Please forgive me. His minister gave a smile and said, This is also for our good Maharaj. What? I imprisoned you all these days. You were severely punished. Still you are saying everything is for our good. Can you be more clear? Said the king with clinical look. Yes, Maharaj, it's not my prison. In fact, it's my shelter, said his minister. What? Shelter? How? Asked the king. Yes, Maharaj, if you had not put me in prison, I, being your friend, would have accompanied you. I, being perfect man, would have been offered to that goddess. So, you tell me now, is it not my shelter? Is it not correct when I said? He gave a little pause. The king interfered and said, Everything is for our good. Thus, both of them had a happy day. In this paragraph also, there are different kinds of sentences. You only identify the sentences and take a notebook and write as many as you can. And another thing is, here also we use the words what, where, when, such type of words as question words and also conjunctions or relative pronouns. You can take your own time to read and understand the concepts and try to frame sentences on your own. Try to derive theories out of the stories or facts or life experiences. You take 1 or 2 minutes, try to understand the meaning, the concepts, grammar in it, and try to frame all simple, complex and compound sentences of your own, and try to make stories of your own, or you can write even your life experiences. In that way you can improve your vocabulary, spoken English, everything, grammar, everything you can develop, improve. It's very important for intermediate. It's examination point of view also. All these aspects are very, very important. Keep all these things in mind and try to derive the theories with examples following stories.